All right, keepers. Someone sent me this short and asked what I think about emotional numbness. And since the last two debug logs and Ask the Prophet questions have touched on boredom, flatness, and the death of desire, this one fits pretty well. Let's break it down piece by piece, and I'll tell you where she's right, where she's close, and where the deeper issues hide.
You're not sad, you're not panicking, but you also don't feel much of anything. No joy, no spark, just muted.
Okay, pause here. This is exactly how modern numbness begins, not with pain, but with nothing, not with despair, but with absence. In Primordium Chapter 2, we call it the stillness that feels like peace. The mind shuts down long before the person notices.
Let's talk about emotional numbness and what it's really trying to tell you. I'm Dr. Gretchen Guo, psychiatrist, therapist, and I want to remind you that flatlining emotionally isn't laziness or indifference.
She says numbness isn't lack or indifference, and she's right. It's a defensive posture, but what she misses is why the mind feels the need to defend at all. People assume numbness means something is wrong. Often it means nothing has been meaningful for a long time. Desire is a muscle. If you don't use it, it atrophies. If life removes every friction point, the mind falls asleep.
It's often a protective brain state, and we need to stop ignoring it. When you feel emotionally flat, your brain might be doing one of these three things: protecting you from overwhelm by shutting down your reactivity,
Here she talks about your brain protecting you from overwhelm. Good point, but incomplete. The brain also protects you from underwhelm, from a flat, repetitive life that produces nothing to respond to. A system with no contrast gives the mind no reason to wake up. This is one of the core critiques of the architects. Pleasure without contrast dulls the palate. When everything is easy, nothing is experienced.
running out of resources because chronic stress can literally exhaust your emotional processing centers.
She mentions chronic stress exhausting emotional circuits. That's true. But again, mostly for people living in survival mode. The other side, the one no one talks about, is comfort exhaustion. People who live soft lives, who avoid hardship, who seek convenience, burn out in a different way, not from overuse, but from underuse. A sword rusts just as quickly sitting in a drawer.
Signal loss from low dopamine or serotonin. Think foggy mood, low motivation, no joy or drive. We see this in both depression and high stress burnout, and it's common in trauma recovery too. Your nervous system's way of shutting down to avoid emotional overload.
Low dopamine, low drive, trauma shutdown. She's describing symptoms, but symptoms don't reveal the deeper pathology. The truth is that modern overstimulation mimics trauma patterns. We live in a society of infinite micro pleasures: scroll, snack, sip, swipe, escape. You are constantly fed before hunger has time to form. Desire never struggles, and anything that never struggles dies. This is why so many people say, I don't know what I want anymore. Their want generator is offline.
Start with a nervous system reset. Try a pit stop that brings your senses back online. Take sensory rest, close your eyes, sit in a quiet space. You can step into sunshine, listen to music that moves you. Don't chase intensity, just invite one spark, one breath, one shift. That's how you re-energize.
Her advice here isn't bad. A nervous system reset can help. But these are the pit stops, not solutions. What she's really prescribing is contrast: quiet after noise, stillness after chaos, a small spark long after numbness. But here's the part she doesn't name: numbness isn't a malfunction of the mind, it's feedback. It's your soul saying, this life isn't costing you anything, you aren't working towards anything, you aren't stretching far enough to feel alive. That is why numbness shows up even when life is fine. Fine is the enemy of fire. So here's the truth. Numbness isn't solved by hacks, not by sunlight, not by music, not by breathwork. Numbness dissolves when meaning returns. Meaning comes from effort. Effort comes from choosing something heavy to lift. If you want aliveness, you have to earn it. If you want more on this, I already answered a similar question in Ask the Prophet. Why do I feel bored even when everything in my life is going fine? Today, I'm publishing a follow-up question. Is it normal to feel numb even when life is good? You got your own questions, feel free to drop them below. We'll keep on going.